Okay, so we got interesting things. So we're not getting uh Tokyo Revengers and Blue Lot Season 2 just yet. I think they're saving Tokyo Revenger Season 2 for Christmas or the winter season. Mostly because, if you don't know, I found out that in that season, it takes place around the Christmas season of when they teleport to there. Because they teleport and they go to Christmas of 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that would just be perfect for this. It's interesting that they didn't wait to do Tokyo Revengers, because the final part of the first season was the Bloody Halloween, and I'm surprised they didn't let that air around Halloween season, like start in the ending of June, then July, and then by October you're around that Bloody Halloween part. But Blue Lock I'm very suspicious about, because I really felt like they were going to do Blue Lot Season 2, obviously. Because, well, that one doesn't take place in Christmas or Halloween or anything like that. It's just consistent during, like, the soccer season. So, I think it's weird that we're having this. And here's my theory. I'm mostly thinking that they are doing these Toonami originals because we have to get it to where we're able to spend a lot more money for the 30th anniversary next year, which I'm super hyped about, because if you don't know, Toonami does 10 times more budget. They upgrade their budget like times 10 compared to what they do normally to get some series that they either haven't aired in a while, or they'll get some series that people have been dying to see on the channel. I have a feeling this is going to be where next year we're going to have stuff like that is going to be absolutely insane, that are newish, while also getting some oldish series, while also on top of that getting more popular series. Not saying that Tokyo Revengers and Blue Lock aren't that popular, but I think we're going to get more popular light series. But what really goes into that, I really think they're going to try to get more of these like Crunchyroll series. And I don't think they're going to get stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that. And Chainsaw Man. Although I would really like that, I don't see that actually happening, because that is kind of like a wish list, and those are really high bars to set when it comes to Crunchyroll because of how greedy of a company they are. I messed up his name. Steve Blum has said countless times that Crunchyroll is one of those companies that is just hard to just make a deal with. And they set a high bar when it comes to like their more popular series. So like something like Solo Leveling, we're definitely never going to see that, because that show, even though I think it's overrated, that show, it is definitely way too high on Crunchyroll, where it is the most watched show on there. I don't know why, but I don't see that ever happening. And I know there's people being like, they are missing out on some of the greatest ones ever. I think what we could see, and I think they'll probably do this for cost saving measures, One Punch Man Season 3. Say what you want about that, but I think they'll try to hype up the second part and help Viz Media out, because Lord knows, part 2 will either be a hit or miss. Overall, I think, if you excuse the bad animation, the fantastic part about all this is definitely the writing aspect to it. The writing is just perfect in One Punch Man, and that's because of how great one is as a manga artist and writer. He is just great at just drawing and writing these manga chapters, that they take the writing from those chapters, obviously, because they're adapting it. So I just think, even though it has bad animation, it is just great just to know the writing and stuff. And the dub is written very well as well. Now, I will say, I think the dub really makes the season more watchable. So that's another plus to that. But I really hope we get One Punch Man Season 3, because I am just someone that absolutely loves One Punch Man. But I could see them maybe, they could try to get their hands on maybe the last core of Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. I think that's a must. I also want some big series that were part of, because they love to get these older series that they used to air on the block on these anniversaries. Sometimes they'll play, I think it would be, no doubt they'll try to rerun the entirety of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I think that would be one that they'll probably try to do. Only if Disney is willing to let them, which I think it's obvious that show has been around forever. It's not that popular on Disney Plus. Most people aren't watching it on Disney Plus. So, and, there's that deal with Warner Brothers and Hulu where Warner Brothers has this deal with Hulu where they'll put some of their series on Hulu just to get people to buy the Hulu bundle with HBO Max. And I think to help that, they'll use that contract against Disney, and that's kind of how they get, Clone Wars back. I do think we'll probably see some kind of old Batman series. If it was me, I want Batman Beyond, because I think that show is just the superior of all the Batman shows. That one was my favorite growing up. Maybe some Teen Titans action. I wouldn't mind having that. I mean, this could be the perfect time to see some more DC stuff on Toonami like we used to do back in the day. I think if they really talk with James Gunn, maybe they can try to work something out with DC to put some DC shows on the Toonami block again. And obviously, I think what I also just really want to see is just some more Bang Zoom dubs. Like, obviously, you have Sakamoto Days. I just really want that on there. I think that's just a fantastic show and everything. It's a fantastic manga too. Everything about it is just fantastic. It's hilarious. It has that Toonami kind of action. Sure, the animation's hit or miss in the first part, but it's just a really fun series, and I just think Toonami would really miss if they don't get that season, if they don't get that show. I think another show that would be pretty fun to see on there is another Bang Zoom dub, but I think it would be pretty cool just to see Rama 1.5. Now, I know Bang Zoom is part of Viz Media, so that's probably why they're just able to get these Netflix shows, because Viz owns that dubbing company, and it's like a sister company of Viz Media. So they're obviously able to do that. But I just think it would be just fun just to see some of these things. Also, I think, the guy that, the CEO of Adult Swim and Cartoon Network literally said that they're hoping to release like 28 to 30 new originals. And I think that's fantastic. Although I think some of those are going to be put towards the Toonami 30th anniversary. I actually think that would be perfect. So, Fooly Cooly alternative being on here ain't really that bad in my opinion. My favorite of all the Toonami ones, I know this is hated, but I love Fooly Cooly Grudge. I thought that one was more unique with its art style and also its story, where it kind of felt more like the original, where we're going for a minor that is going through puberty. I thought that just fit so much better than what these others did, where it is a teenager going through puberty, but they're half midway through puberty. So I didn't get that part of the show, and most of the time they went for girls, and I got that point that they were trying to be unique and everything, but I just thought Grudge just did it so much better. But I do think we're going to see a lot of Fooly Cooly for a bit. We have Alternative, Grudge, and then Showgaze. I think this is going to be a while, and that's why they have 2 slots. Although these shows, they're literally 6 to 4 episodes long, so won't be long until that's done. Blue Exorcist, I think they're trying to finish off this first season, maybe. This is mostly just, they just got this probably because it was just fairly cheap, and they were just able to put it on there. Although, if I was them, I would have put Dragon Ball Z Kai, since it's already on there at the 5 o'clock slot. Might as well put it on Toonami as well. Just showing more Dragon Ball action. But that's another thing. I kind of hope they air something Dragon Ball for the anniversary and something Naruto. I'll have a video out talking about my predictions and top 10 shows, probably about what I want to be on the Toonami block. And I know it's not guaranteed for most of them if I do that, but it's my list, and it's just what I would like to see, not anything else. But I do think that will most likely happen, and I could see them for like the end of this year. They probably just rerun all of My Adventures with Superman, probably to help the block out with more originals, just more filler for the block, that so we have plenty of money for the channel. But that's my predictions for happening the rest of this year. But yeah, I am very excited to what's happening. Hopefully it gets better from here on out. But Fooly Cooly, I'm not the biggest fan of the sequels, but I did enjoy them. They're not rewatchable in my opinion, but I kind of wish they had Blue Exorcist a little. They moved Blue Exorcist up here than having the Fooly Cooly stuff up there. But I would have swapped them. But anyway, that's all my thoughts. I'll see y'all guys in the next one.